Hello and welcome everybody to Lady Mercury's Ministries. I think that's going to be the new name. Honestly, all I do is talk about my dreams, my hopes, and sometimes I'll just kind of flat out tell you the difference between what you're experiencing, what you may be experiencing, and what other people tell you you've been experiencing. So, here's a little topic that I wanted to bring up. So there's this thing that I experience every once in a while, and not a lot of people know what it's called. I'm not even sure if I use the same or the correct phrase for it. However, there's this thing that I've been referring to as astral ejection and astral projection. So, two things. A lot of people tell you that astral projection is when you kind of have an out-of-body experience and kind of just go about a task, maybe, or something like that outside of your body, where you lay down and you can get up. Oh, there's cat hair in my mouth. Sorry, I have a cat. Happens. Anyways, where you lay down, you get into that one place, that one special place in your mind, and you get up and you go about something, but you can still see your body if you were to stand up and look down. And then there's another thing called astral ejection. Astral ejection is the same thing, however, there's one difference. Instead of doing it consciously, it happens on accident, or some person might say against your will, but is it really against your will? Because you got to think about it. Did you ask for this gift? Or did you just kind of come into it knowing nothing of this gift? Now, astral ejection is something that can happen when you're in public, can happen at home when you're doing the dishes, can happen when you're going about your normal everyday work day. It can happen anywhere at any time so long as you're awake. Sometimes it can even happen in your dream state without you knowing. The thing that I always thought was a little difficult about the astral ejection realm is that when it happens at work, it's very inconvenient. Like, very. Especially when you're trying to do something that requires a lot of thought process, like helping somebody at the cash register, or trying to help talk to a customer about buying a product that is going to benefit them. My cat's trying to get my attention. Sorry. An astral projection is a lot more convenient because you can plan it, you can lay down, time it out, and go about your day. Well, it's not so easy when you have astral ejection. You kind of see where I'm going. Like, so today I was at work and I was just kind of walking around. This is why I drink coffee, and this is why I don't eat vegan. So if I were to eat vegan, I would have a heck of a lot harder time going about my work day. Today was the day that I didn't drink coffee. I instead had a smoothie. It was just a fruit smoothie, no dairy, no nothing weird. It was just fruit. I got a kitty in my lap. Say hello, Captain Dude. Yeah, he don't care. He just wants attention. So, I was at work today, and I was walking around helping customers, talking to my boss, and I was in the back kind of just fixing some shelves up, and all of a sudden my ears started getting hot, but like not like your ears burning like someone's talking to you, more like just the tips of my ears right here. So like the tips of my ears and right here were just really hot for no reason. Like my hair was itching and my face was starting to get warm. And then, like, I noticed I was starting to itch right here, which is, you can see this. It is acne, but it felt like it was like heat blisters and stuff. What do you want? Yes, I love you too. Okay. He likes kisses. So like that happened, and then like I started feeling like a tugging sensation on my third eye chakra right here and my crown chakra, like I was being ripped out of my body. Um and then things started to like get weird because I started to get tunnel vision. And wow, there's some activity going on. Hello. I'll be with you in a moment. So like I was feeling like I was being kind of pulled out of my body while I was at work, which again, this is why I drink coffee and don't eat maybe as healthy as I should, mainly because when I'm in that 100% healthy state, I have a really hard time staying in my body and maintaining myself at this level. So I drink coffee to keep myself on this earth plane in this flesh body. It's very difficult for me. Ooh, I didn't like that. Go away. Still here. I'm having a lot of activity talking about this because this is one of those subjects that I'm not really particular to talking about. So this video is going to be cut a little shorter than I would like to. I'm keep getting distracted by the energies that are around my apartment because some things don't like me talking about certain things. And some subjects are also not really meant to be shared as openly. But I'm an open book most of the time. You can ask me anything at any time. I'm most likely going to answer you with a solid answer. And if I don't answer you, I'm gonna answer you again later because sometimes I just don't have the time to talk to everybody. But when I got yanked out today, it was kind of awkward. I kept seeing a picture of the full moon in my mind. So not like the tunnel of light or anything. I was like pulled out. I was having an out-of-body experience. And I saw the picture of the full moon in my eye. It's your first eye, not your third eye. Let's be very correct on this right now. Stop calling it your third eye. It is your first eye. It is the eye that is closest to the mind. It is your eye that you saw out of before you were able to see out of these two. Why do we call it the third eye when it's the first eye that we ever used in our conscious life after we developed our souls? So I saw a picture of the full moon. I kept hearing voices. The voices, we will not talk about them because they're we don't like to give out the messages that they give me unless it's something I'm supposed to be giving out. And then I kept hearing like just music, like voices and music, and the voices weren't voices in the sense that it was talking to me. It was more like music and singing, but they were singing a message to me, and it wasn't like in a modern day pop song. It was more like in a chromatic scale fashion type of thing, where they were just kind of singing orchestrally. It was kind of cool. It was like a choir of voices singing to me, and then it got louder and louder, and then I snapped to, and then I was back in my body. So just because you have an astral ejection doesn't mean that you are going to go traveling anywhere. However, multiple times where I have just picked up items in various stores, like I like to go to the crystal shops and buy stones, like those big stones, if I can afford them. I can never afford them. I like crystals. But, okay, don't bite me, dude. Cat just nibbled my thumb because he wanted me to scratch his ears. So sometimes if I pick up the wrong stone, I can kind of see some things that aren't meant to be seen. So I picked up a stone, And immediately when I picked this stone up, I could see the earth. I like zoomed out and I was looking down at the earth. And then I looked at the price sticker and saw that it was a meteorite piece. So that was kind of cool. So depending on what happens leading up to the experience, it can be considered astral ejection, astral projection, or another one is you could simply just be having a vision. Now, I would say that I was just having a vision. However, oh, dude. Sorry, he just dug his claws into my leg. He's very content about it. He fell and he grabbed me with his claws. But anyways, so like there's a difference between having visions and having astral ejection. The visions are more just visual, but when you're having an astral ejection experience, stop biting me. Stop biting me. When you're having an astral ejection experience, it's more like you can still feel it. It's like you're feeling it on your skin, you're feeling it wherever the sensations can happen. So like if you're a meteor traveling through space, you're gonna feel like you're burning and on fire. If you're having an astral ejection where you're re-experiencing the events of somebody else, you may watch the events and feel cold because that might be how they felt or saw it. Or you could also be the experiencer, meaning that you're having the empathy as well, being able to feel everything that's going on and also be able to hear everything that's going on, touch and manipulate things as well. And sometimes that can even mean random time travel. You could be experiencing blips of the past, you could experience blips of the future with that object, or you could see what happens if you manipulate that object in certain ways. So if I were to move something slightly to the left, if I were to pick something up and feel it, I would get astrally ejected because my intentions are going into that rock as I'm picking it up. So if I pick this rock up and I move it to the left and flip it, it'll tell me if somebody else is going to see it or if it's going to inconvenience their own experience with it for whatever reason. That's just an example. Like, there's many different examples. Now, like I said, it could be astral ejection or astral projection. Either way, it's a similar experience. One of them is voluntary. One of them you have to sit down and like actually like focus on, but the other one can be voluntary or spur of the moment involuntary in a sense, as in you have to make your decision then and there whether or not you want to partake or not. So it's a gray area whether the astral ejection is voluntary or involuntary. Sometimes you gotta say no very firmly in order not to astrally eject while you're giving someone their change back, obviously. But my cat's freaking out too. But anyways, that's just kind of a brief-ish rambling about astral ejection as opposed to astral projection. I had to put off making this video for a while because I do have a life outside of social media, believe it or not. I have like 4 jobs and I have 2 kids and a husband. So I do have to keep up with everybody else on top of my own work as well. And unfortunately, that means that making my YouTube videos is something that only happens when both kids are asleep on time so I can get sleep to go to work and the husband is out of the house. Because I need my own space to do my videos, and unfortunately I don't have a 4-bedroom house to do so. But thank you for tuning in. My name is Lady Mercury. You can follow me on all the platforms listed in the description below. And if you liked my video, drop a comment. If you didn't like the video, well, I'm sorry, hun, but just tune in next time and maybe you'll see something you do like. Thanks again for joining the channel if you're new. Like, subscribe, share, comment, do whatever pleases you. This is your reality and your choice. Stay happy, stay healthy, and thrive to survive. Love y'all.